Hello, fight fans. Seattle Mike of MMA With Friends doing a little car cast. It's pretty cold out there. I tried to walk outside. Everybody, please hit that like button if you like fighting, if you like MMA, boxing, all that good stuff. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that bell so you're notified whenever I drop a new video or go live, like Saturday, February 22nd. It's coming up. The rematch, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 2. All right. People are still talking about Jon Jones versus Dominick Reyes, that fight at UFC 247, and unfortunately they are not talking about it for the right reasons, because that was a great fight and we should be talking about what an incredible championship fight that we had. Instead, we are running polls on who we think is actually champion or should be champion. You had Dominick Reyes calling himself the people's champion, saying he won. We had Dana White weighing in, and I'll get to that here in a minute. You had a lot of educated people weighing in on this. Joe Rogan, you could tell he was very upset by the 49-46. Hopefully that gets us going in the right direction. Talk like that on ESPN, and I'm glad that they don't shut him down on that, and I hope ESPN continues to allow him to speak freely on matters like this, because we need to get the right people in here judging these fights. If you thought it was 48-47 Jones, I disagree with you. But, I'm not going to call you names. If you said it was 49-46 Jon Jones, I'm going to tell you probably don't know much about mixed martial arts. And that's just all there is to it. Or you are extremely biased. Both situations, of course, we should never have going on when you have a multi-million-dollar prize fight with, hundreds of thousands of people watching on TV, if not millions, on pay-per-view and live. I'm going to read what Curtis Blades said on Twitter, because I liked what he said. First, he posted the total strikes by rounds that show the big advantage for Dominick Reyes in the first 3 rounds. And he said, numbers don't lie, and there's a difference between octagon control, which is what I did to JDS, and Alice there, and chasing while getting countered constantly, which is what happened to Jon Jones. And those takedowns mean squat when there's no damage and less than a total minute of top control to go with it. I agree with those things. I agree that aggression is not coming forward and getting hit in the face. Hopefully we should all agree with that. I don't think all judges realize that. I think some people think the person moving forward has ring control, which is absolutely ludicrous. And then you have people who think that takedowns without any damage done, make a lot of difference on the scoring. And they don't. It actually says that right there in the rules. Judges are instructed, to score a takedown that does not cause significant damage. So like ground and pound afterwards, going for a submission attempt, a length of ground control, and advancing positions that shows that the fighter is doing more than just tapping another fighter's butt on the ground. And I think it's sad if referees are giving big credit for those kinds of things. Take nothing away from Jones. 14 title defenses now. Wow, I'm not hating on the guy. That's not what I'm here to do. I just want to see that our fights get judged, fairly, and that there's clear guidelines and we get the best people in there. And I just really don't think the best people are in there, especially that 49-46 judge. That's the glaring example in my mind. Dana White, he came back and said, a rematch for Dominick Reyes is not out of the question. He said, we're going to talk about that once the smoke settles. And he actually said, I had it 3-1, Dominick Reyes, and I thought that we were going to be crowning a new champ tonight. Then he went on to say, though, he said, it doesn't matter. Nobody gives a shit. He said, what I think the only opinions that matter are those of those 3 judges. Then he went on to say, was the reffing and judging tonight perfect? Absolutely not. And we have some work to do there, and hopefully we can get moving in the right direction. Unfortunately, they have very little control over that. They can make suggestions to the commissions. But when you have all these different rules and all these different commissions, state to state, everything is so different. It becomes very difficult. Maybe that's why they have so many fights in Vegas, because then you're dealing at least with the same commission all the time. Let me know what you guys think, though. Did you go back and watch the fight? By the way, I went back and watched the fight. I was even more convinced watching it uninterrupted that Reyes won the first 3 rounds and that Jones won the second, and that they were all 10-9 rounds. But let me know what you think. I seen some of you on the poll said that you went back and watched it, and now, you know, you have a different outlook of it. You think maybe Jon Jones could have won it, that you have to beat the champ, and Dominick Reyes didn't dominate. Some of you said that you are more convinced that Dominick Reyes won than you were before. If you have more comments, or if you haven't shared that already, hit me up in the comments there. I'm really looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say. And as always, I love you, I respect you, and I'll see your fine asses later.